So I'm a pretty big wuss when it comes to horror movies. I usually avoid this genre as much as possible, but I know there's a lot of great films in this genre, so I'm trying to be brave and branch out and watch some of them. So today I'm going to watch the Patreon voted 2019 Jordan Peele film Us. I saw the trailer since it's a newer film, and I believe it's about some neighbors, or they're moving to a new house and then things aren't as they seem, or something along those lines. That's all I really know about it. I've seen Jordan Peele's other film Get Out, so I'm expecting more of like a psychological type of story. I'm not really expecting like a slasher or tons of gore, anything like that, but I guess we will see. If you're ever curious about what gear I use or any products that are on the bookshelf, you can click the link in the description below. And if you want to have a say in what movies I watch, be sure to join Patreon. If you have any other suggestions for horror movies you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. This tunnel system under the states, or in the states where they're abandoned and like nobody really knows why they're there. Okay, interesting.
Hey, how about the Big Dipper? Addie, you want to try it?
Russel, you know she's not big enough to do that. And I sure as hell am not doing this.
Okay, so kind of this POV of this little girl who's at the fair for her birthday. Okay.
Russel? Russell!
Uh-oh.
Please.
I'm watching.
I'm getting goosebumps. Something bad's gonna happen. A literal and figurative storm brewing. Vision quest, find yourself. Okay. Waste of a perfectly good candy apple. Although I'd always be afraid I'd break my teeth on those things. Oh. Owls aren't, like, they're just creepy birds. They can spin their head all the way around. Like, I know they have a very important job, and I'm glad they exist, but man, they are creepy. If you've ever seen a documentary series called The Staircase, they have this owl theory that's quite interesting, that the owl is the culprit. Is that her whistling? Why was that there before she was? That's not a mirror. Oh, is that another person? What the frig is going on? That wasn't a reflection. Oh God, find your true self. So anybody who goes into that ride gets like a clone made of them or something? Oh, Elisabeth Moth is in this? Nice. And I saw there was a few other actors and actresses that were in, I believe they were in Black Panther? Comment below. And Tim Heidecker from Tim and Eric? Really? There seems to be like a pattern of repetition already. Like even in the commercials, there was a pattern of all the hands, and now there's a pattern of all the bunnies, like just like repetition of the same object. I wonder if that's like a theme throughout the movie, or maybe I'm just reading too much into things, but I like the symmetry of it, and I like the repetition looks really, visually is really interesting. 30 some years later, okay. I'm guessing this woman is our lost girl.
Yeah. Later, once we get settled.
What beach?
Santa Cruz. Josh, Kitty, and the girls are gonna be there.
Okay, that's where our story took place. The first one in 1986. Okay.
Anything to help her tell us her story. Just want my little girl back.
Aw. Yeah, did she get like switched in that fun house or wherever she was? Because there definitely was two of them in there. Okay, that was the same guy that was there, or the same sign anyway that was there when she was younger. Huh, that's a cool shot, having their shadows walk along.
Got that.
You got a fire extinguisher?
Got that.
You have a flare gun? I knew you'd fucking forget the flare gun.
I've only seen Tim in like comedic roles. Oh no.
Jesus, watch it. Ugh. That's crazy.
It landed perfectly on the dots. Okay, another pattern. Okay. I like his Jaws t-shirt.
Where's Jason? Listen.
Did he go into that fun house? Oh, I can only imagine how terrifying that would be. Especially if you already have kind of like not great memories of being there and then your kid goes missing.
Well,
yeah, another pattern. Okay, 11-11.
she was real.
Yes, very real.
She's still coming for me.
Oh, gosh.
Just trying to lighten the mood. Shit.
Oh, God, the power went out.
Okay, we lost power. Go back to bed.
There's a family in our driveway.
What?
There's not a family in our driveway.
Why would there be a family? Ah!
Who is that?
Oh, God, what are they doing?
Family.
Why are they just standing there?
Family?
No, that's too long.
Oh boy.
No, you don't understand.
How about we all just try to keep calm?
Gabe.
Don't go out there. Don't do it. Call the cops. Stay inside.
Hi. Can I help you?
Oh God, that's so I find like in horror movies, like stillness is creepier than movement sometimes. Like, why are they just standing there?
I asked you nice. Now I need y'all to get off my property.
Because now, yeah, it's like the mystery of like, what are they doing? Like, at least if there's movement, you can kind of figure out what their intentions are. Right now, you're like, what the frick is your plan? Why are you just loitering at the end of my driveway?
Okay, let's call the cops.
I did. They're 14 minutes away.
What? 14 minutes? Okay.
Lock the door. Lock the door. Please, just lock the door.
Gabe.
All right, hold on. I got this. Let's try this again.
Gabe.
No.
Just stay inside. Keep the doors locked. It's fine. You got 14 minutes.
Now the cops are already on their way.
That's so creepy. Ah! Whoa! Okay, now they're moving. Get inside right now. Scissors? Oh gosh. I don't think those are gonna be used for crafts. Ugh. Late night scrapbooking call. It's reminding me of oh! He took his bat. Oh God, right in the knee. Yeah. They're coming in. Oh God, that's terrifying. Why is this little boy like crawling on all fours, or a little kid, or I'm assuming it seems to be like an exact copy of their family. So if like the police show up, you just say, hey, it's those guys.
You can have the boat for all I care.
Nobody wants the boat, Dad.
How about this? You take me to the ATM.
That's his shadow, okay. So this concept that we all have shadows? Okay, so this family shows up and says, hey, we look just like you, we're your shadows, so each person has their own shadow, and the shadow has to do everything the human has to do. So like she got married, the shadow had to get married. She married her husband's shadow. Yeah, and it'd be such like from a filming standpoint, you'd have to film from what I'm imagining, unless they had like crazy stunt doubles or something, but you'd have to film the same scene twice. One is you as the victim, and then one is you as this person in red, basically.
Me, right?
Comment down below, is that how they did it? I know that's how they did it on like shows like Orphan Black, but comment below and let me know if that's how it was done. Is the pair of scissors like Peter Pan? Like when Peter Pan was trying to cut his shadow, he tried to use scissors, so they're trying to remove themselves. They're trying to remove themselves and not become tethered anymore, so they think if they can cut that somehow. That's what it just reminded me of. What a weird, like, existential thing to be sitting in a closet with yourself or a version of yourself that's darker and probably all the things about you that you don't like. Oh gosh. Yeah, all the things you keep in the shadows. Whew. Think about that for the rest of the day. Ugh. I feel like it's been 14 minutes. Where are the police officers, you know? Okay.
Come here.
Oh, no, you don't want that. You don't want that.
Get your ass over here.
You don't want that. No, no, no. Okay, so somebody else can see them and like is interacting with them. Yeah, you're gonna die. Sorry, buddy. Thanks for coming to the scene.
The untethering.
Yeah, they want to remove themselves from the human version so that they can take over their lives. Because it sounded like the shadow versions weren't having a great time. It's reminding me of another home invasion movie called Funny Games. There's a German version and then there's a 90s US version where these people come over very unassuming and slowly torture and destroy this family basically. But I would check it out if you haven't seen it. But it's such a weird concept. Like, do you let these people in, like being nice versus like never having contact with the outside world? Oh, bonked him. Oh, shoot. Oh, gosh. Oh. Do you have to kill your shadow? Whoa. Oh, that's a lot to think about. If you want to live and you want to stay in your life, you have to kill your shadow. Whew. Jordan Peele, you have got some twisted. This is a lot. This is a lot to think about. Go, gadget arm. Yeah, he's still attached to the boat, man. Get away from there. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, he got chopped up in the propeller. Oh, ew. Run, 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 run. Oh, please have the keys. Oh, classic horror movie scenario. Okay, so they were all on the boat. They all managed to... The same thing's gonna happen to this family. They said they called it, they've been waiting for this a long time, like it was called the untethering. So it's like a one night a year, or one night every 30 whatever years.
I don't know.
Would you please get up and look?
Lights flickering. The next time my friggin' lights go off, I'm gonna lose my mind. I need to buy a boat.
I don't know. Go back to your room.
Guys, we have to be out here at 10 a.m. tomorrow sharp, so... Hello?
Oh my god!
They've been untethered, I guess, to evil Tim Heidecker and evil Elisabeth Moss. And the one glove. Why the one glove? To better hold the scissors? Oh, that's nightmare fuel. I cannot eye roll big enough for that move that he just pulled.
Ophelia, call the police.
Sure. Playing Fuck the Police by NWA.
No! Oh, no! Oh, technology. That would be what would happen, though. I like that Jordan Peele movies, although really creepy. That's not him! It's not him! Oh, run away! Oh, they were safe! They were safe! Had to go to the stinking neighbor's house.
Come here!
Yeah, Jordan Peele movies always have that comedic element in it as well, although being deeply disturbing. And like the acrobats, again, are reminding me of Peter Pan, how it was very like limber and always like jumping and like flying and doing all those things. Oh, bye. Oh gosh. No, behind you, behind you. Bonked him. Oh gosh. Okay, so the shadows just kill anybody. It doesn't matter if you're there, if they're tethered to you or not. I really enjoy Elisabeth Moss's performances. She was in a crime show called Top of the Lake that I really liked. Handmaid's Tale, also a great one. It's like you want to feel bad for the shadows because they've lived a literally life in shadows and had like the quality of life has been so much less than watching their human versions go through these things. So now they're finally getting a chance to feel quote unquote normal. Be Yachin? Yikes. Yikes. As soon as I said that out loud, I hated it. Maybe she should have taken up golf instead of track. Jeez. That's gonna be one heck of a bonk.
I can't believe they're dead.
Where are these police? It's definitely been more than 14 minutes at this point. Come on.
It's all just craziness.
Is that even possible? If you call 911, you can be put on hold?
Oh, shit.
Don't curse.
It's everywhere, yeah.
Something like some Home Alone type stuff. That way if she comes...
Tell me you did not just reference Home Alone.
Hey,
what I'm talking
Home Alone references are always appreciated. Oh, and having your hands tied together too? Oh, gosh. Whoa! Yep. This little boy's like, well, that's my mom.
Get out!
Oh, it's a line of gas. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Whoa, you just reminded me of the Joker. Whoa. He's gonna set himself on fire? She blended in frickin' perfectly to the color of that car. What the frick, man? Oh gosh. No, they were doing so well. Oh gosh, yeah, because her son would have died, so she needed a new one, so she took his. Whoa, what the heck is this? Just a giant line of them across the sand? And that guy from the beach who's in the same spot? Okay. Oh, face her childhood fears and go back in here. Oh, is this going to be one of the tunnel systems they were talking about at the start of the movie? Okay, okay. It looks very much like an underground, like, train system. Okay, interesting. This place is completely white and white bunnies, and she's wearing white, and there was like a whitish yellow glow coming from the escalators when she came down.
Blood.
Whoa, that's a really cool shot. Doppler, I can't remember what it's called, but I've seen it before and I really like it. So weird. Oh, just literally like a copy of what's happening above happening below, but with and that was the time on the clock as well, 11:11. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh. Okay, good. Whoa.
Everything's gonna be like it was before.
I don't think that's true. What? What? She's like, I'm tired of being down here, man. I want to be out. I knew it. I knew it. There was something suspicious about it. She did get switched in that fun house. Oh God. So this whole time.
Yeah. It's not my fault she left. It's not my fault she left. Yeah, well, look at me. Look at you.
She's like, yes, I escaped. So this whole time she's been the shadow and then just killed the human version of her. And the son is like, you're not my mom? What? And that makes sense because like the whole time the mom character was like, the only time she really came alive is when her kids were involved. She didn't talk a lot. Like even when she was on the beach trying to bond with Kitty, she was very like one or two sentences at or one or two word answers. Like it wasn't, you know, she wasn't really sharing her life. She didn't seem to have like a ton of characteristics that humans like physically, yes, but like she wasn't. She didn't have a personality, I guess is a good way to describe it. Like, she just seemed very like, I want to stay inside. I want to be away from the world. Oh, gosh. That is a long line. Ah. So the shadow people have now like taken over the world and killed off whatever human versions of themselves that existed. Oh my gosh. So that was my first time watching the 2019 Jordan Peele film, Us. I really enjoyed it. I like movies that have a lot of layers and aren't just slasher films. So I really enjoyed it. There was a lot going on. I've seen Get Out, which I really enjoyed as well. So this definitely lived up to his caliber of work, which was amazing. It's such an interesting concept of that there's these shadow versions of all of us humans who have a body but not a soul. That's the way they described it. They were able to clone the physical form but not the soul and the character of what makes a person a person. So these shadow versions are basically living underground and replicating our day-to-day lives, but without the, like she said, one of the examples when they met the shadow version of herself was that for Christmas, she got all these really fluffy toys, and then the shadow version got like sharp objects and just like horrible things basically. So the human versions have this, I don't want to say perfect or happy life, but they have a life filled with a lot more joy than the shadow persons. So while this family is on vacation at the beach, they encounter their shadow versions, and obviously things go badly. You essentially have to kill your shadow to survive, basically, which is just, again, a lot of layers there where you're looking at something that looks like you but isn't you. The shadow versions don't communicate the way that we do. It seems like speech is strained for them. When they did talk, it was like their fluctuation was different and their tone of voice was different. The dad's version of the shadow just seemed to give out these like really primal screams, which was crazy, and just like the idea that there's a version of you out there living the same life that you are, but in like a much darker and a much less joyous way, and that one day these shadows could rise, basically, and that you'd have to confront your shadow. And I can't even imagine how weird that would be, to look at something that looks exactly like you, have it looking back at you. Maybe if you're a twin, you'd understand this concept, looking at your same image constantly, but having to look at it and then having to kill it, basically, in order for you to survive. I also really liked the use of color in this film. There was a lot of red, which was what the shadow people wore, just these red jumpsuits, monochromatic jumpsuits. And then at the end of the film, when we see the mom character go down into this tunnel in the underground where the shadows lived, basically, everything is white. She's also wearing white for that scene. There's these white bunnies everywhere, so I really thought that contrast was interesting. Another thing I found interesting was that all of these shadows had scissors, these like golden pair of scissors, basically, that they carry around as their weapon. And I don't know if this is his intention or if it's just a correlation, but it reminded me of Peter Pan, and the scenes where Peter Pan is flying around and his shadow is attached to his feet, and he's trying to use a pair of scissors to cut his shadow free so that Peter Pan can fly and do all the things he wants to do. So yeah, I don't know. Comment below and let me know if that was his intention, if it was to mimic Peter Pan. And even the shadow's movements were very like acrobatic and very sporadic, which is again Peter Pan with him flying and jumping and doing all those things. So it feels like he made just kind of an R-rated or an adult horror movie version of Peter Pan with that concept that your shadow would come to life and your shadow would attack you and kind of fight back. Yeah, and for a horror movie, our main cast all survived, or so we were led to believe, obviously. I don't know if there's sequels. I know this is a fairly new film, so I'm not sure if there's been a sequel planned or anything like that. So the main character, the mom of this family, we find out that when she was a little girl in the 80s, she went to this state fair and kind of wandered off from her parents and ended up at this fun house in this hall of mirrors where she saw something that she thought was her, and then they kind of played it up throughout the entire movie that she left the fun house, went back to her parents, everything was fine. They kind of edited that out intentionally, obviously, so the audience is set to think that, okay, she just saw something but nothing ever came of it, which I think was pretty suspicious, but maybe that's just how I watch movies. At that same time, the human version of the girl was in the funhouse, her shadow version, because that's where all the shadow versions of people were kept in that same area. She came up and actually met face to face with the human version, and actually attacked the human version of this little girl, dragged her down into the shadow world, basically, handcuffed her to a bed and kept her there. So for the entire movie, the shadow version has been living up in the human world, pretending to be a human, pretending to do all these things. And it was just such crazy, like, plot twist, obviously, but then thinking back on her actions throughout the movie, it made sense, because she was never really super outgoing. The only time she really came alive, basically, was when her kids were involved. She was very protective of her children, but she never really seemed, and I thought maybe that was just her character. Not every character needs to be, you know, crazy outgoing. I thought maybe they were going to set it up where some trauma had happened to the family beforehand, and that's why she was so quiet and subdued throughout the whole movie. But now it makes sense, obviously, if this is something she's not used to. She doesn't smile a bunch. She's very, like, human interactions seem hard for her. And even when they went to the beach, she was very apprehensive. She did not want to go back there, because she knew, obviously, that that's where she had kidnapped the human version and she was probably still there. And then she confides in her husband, hey, I went to this fun house when I was a kid, I thought I saw somebody who looked just like me. And her husband doesn't really believe her. And then it turns out to be that that human version is the one who shows up at her house and is convinced the other shadow versions to do all these things. And that also explains why the human version, who was trapped in the shadow world, was able to speak the most fluently, but still had some struggles. Still, her voice seemed to be really hoarse and seemed to be struggling to speak. But that's why I think she was able to create this, you know, global uprising basically of the shadow people, is because she was actually a human, and whereas the shadows wouldn't have had the organizational skills basically to band together and to do this and to create such a global takeover. At the end, when you see the long line of all the red suits of all the shadows that have come up, she basically was the catalyst for this and created this huge thing. So in the end, when we see the scene of the mom, the shadow mom and the human mom fighting, it's actually the other way around, and the shadow mom kills the human mom, and then she goes back to her family, and her son is kind of giving her this look like, something's off about you, you're not my mom anymore. Like, he's kind of picking up that vibe of something isn't sitting quite right. And then of course the use of his mask when he covers his face to hide, again showing like the similarities between the shadow people, how they've been hiding. But yeah, really well done overall. A lot of layers, a lot of things to dissect and to go over, which I love. I'm really excited to talk about this one. Thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for horror movies you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. I need to buy a boat. What? What? Vision quest, find yourself. Okay. Oh, is that another person? I don't think those are going to be used for crafts.